talking about mistakes, how native speakers talk about failing and trying again instead of just dying of embarrassment. So, remember my 42-item to-do list?
How could I forget? It's basically our podcast's mascot at this point.
Well, this week I tried the small boundary thing you suggested, logging off at a set time.
Oh, nice. How did it go?
Great, actually. Except on day one, I logged off and then accidentally sent my boss a text meant for you.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What did it say?
Okay, I'm officially unplugging. Don't at me unless the building is on fire.
You sent that to your boss?
To my boss at 6:01 p.m. on a Monday.
Okay, so this is actually perfect because today's episode is all about mistakes and how to talk about them like a native speaker instead of just dying of embarrassment.
Please, teach me your ways. I need this.
There's actually one phrase, just three
words that native speakers use constantly after a mistake like that, and it completely changes how the moment feels. We'll get there. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Emily.
And I'm Paul, professional boss texter.
If you've been with us the last couple weeks, we talked about success and then about managing your time without burning out. And today, we're completing the trilogy, talking about mistakes. Because honestly, you can't have success or good time management without messing up along the way first.
Exactly. Mistakes are part of the process, not the opposite of success.
So today, we'll teach you how native speakers actually talk about failing, recovering, and trying again, naturally, without sounding like a textbook. Let's get into it.
Okay, so tell me honestly, what's the most embarrassing mistake you've ever made in English? Oh, I've got one. Years ago, I meant to say I was stuffed after a big meal, and I said I was stuffed. No, wait, that's not the mistake. Take your time. Sorry, I meant to say I'm full, but I said I'm pregnant. One word off. Paul! In front of my girlfriend's entire family at Thanksgiving. Okay, that beats the boss text by a mile. It's a low bar, apparently, but yes. Okay, mine's less dramatic, but I once told a shop assistant I'm looking myself instead of I'm just looking, and she looked so confused. I'm looking myself. Very philosophical, actually. Very deep for a Tuesday afternoon at the mall. Okay, but see, this is the whole point, right? We all make mistakes constantly, and somehow we survive. Exactly. So let's talk about how to actually talk about it. Actually, before we move on, I think it's worth saying even native speakers make mistakes in their own language all the time. Mispronouncing words, forgetting names, saying the wrong thing entirely. So true. Mistakes aren't a learner problem, they're a being human problem. Exactly, which honestly should take some of the pressure off. It really should. Okay, now let's talk about how to actually put this into words. Okay, so let's start simple. If you make a small mistake, what's the most natural thing to say? Honestly, just oops or my bad. Both super casual, super common. My bad is so useful. It's a quick, informal way to admit fault without a huge explanation. Oh, I forgot to call you back. My bad. Right, and it's way more casual than I apologize, which sounds pretty formal for something small. Good distinction. Now, what if the mistake is bigger, like genuinely stressful? Then you might say, I really messed up, or I dropped the ball on that one. Drop the ball. I love that one. It comes from sports, like a player who was supposed to catch something important and didn't. Exactly, and it's used constantly in work contexts. Sorry, I dropped the ball on the report. It's not finished yet. Now, here's a mistake learners often make when trying to say this. They say, I did a mistake. Ooh, classic one. It is. In English, we don't do a mistake, we make one. I made a mistake, not I did a mistake. Such a small word, huge difference in how natural it sounds. Totally. Now, what about when things go wrong and it's genuinely not your fault? You'd say, it wasn't my fault. Or more casually, that one's on them, not me. That's on someone is such a great structure. It basically assigns responsibility. That's on me means it's my fault. That's on you means it's yours. Really useful phrase. And it connects nicely to something we mentioned in the success episode.
Remember we said native speakers avoid the plain word fail? Oh, right. We talked about didn't work out, fell through, didn't pan out. Exactly. And today we're going deeper into that because there's a whole world of vocabulary for the process of failing, recovering, and trying again. So let's say a plan completely fails. What do you say? It totally backfired. Backfire means a plan actually caused the opposite of what you wanted.
Good one. Like, I tried to surprise her, but it totally backfired and she was upset instead.
Exactly. Or if something just goes badly overall, you'd say it was a disaster. Or more casually, it was a total mess.
Now, here's the important part. What do you say after the mistake, when you're recovering? This connects right back to our time management episode. Remember bounce back? Yes, from the success episode originally, but it applies here too. I bounced back from that mistake pretty quickly. And there's a great phrase specifically for trying again, to give it another shot, or to have another go at it. Give it another shot is so encouraging, honestly. It sounds hopeful, not defeated. Exactly. Compare that to something heavier, like I failed, which just sounds so final. Right. Give it another shot keeps the door open. There's also back to the drawing board, which means starting the planning process over after something didn't work.
Ooh, that's a classic. Comes from literally going back to a drawing board to redesign something.
And here's the phrase I promised at the beginning, the 3 words native speakers use constantly after admitting a mistake.
Finally, what is it?
Lesson learned. Short, simple, and it turns a mistake into something useful instead of just something embarrassing.
Oh, I love that. Lesson learned. No extra explanation needed. Everyone just gets it.
Exactly. You could have said right after your boss text, well, lesson learned. Check the recipient before hitting send.
I am absolutely stealing that phrase from my apology text.
Please send us a screenshot if you do.
Okay, one more angle before we move on. What about mistakes that happen in front of other people, like in a meeting or a class?
Oh, that's a whole different level of stress. In those moments, people often say, I froze, meaning they couldn't think or speak for a moment out of nervousness.
I froze is so relatable. Like your brain just stops working.
Exactly. And afterward, you might say, I completely blanked, which means you forgot everything you were about to say.
Blanked.
Great word. Like your mind turned into a blank page. Right. And here's something important. How you talk to yourself after a mistake matters just as much as how you explain it to others.
Ooh, good point.
Negative self-talk, like constantly saying, I'm so stupid, doesn't actually help you improve. Not at all. A healthier way to phrase it internally is, that didn't go well, but I'll do better next time. Same situation, completely different energy. It's such a small shift in language, but it really does change how you feel afterward. Absolutely. And that ties in with something we mentioned in the time management episode, sustainability. You can't sustain effort toward a goal if you're constantly punishing yourself for every small mistake along the way. Everything really does connect, doesn't it? It really does. Okay, let's move on. 5, quick practice. Okay, quick practice time. Imagine you missed an important deadline at work because you procrastinated. Remember that word from last episode? Pause the video and try explaining it to your boss out loud using today's phrases. Here's one good answer. I have to be honest, I dropped the ball on this one. I put it off longer than I should have, but lesson learned. I'll have it done by tomorrow morning. Perfect. Honest, direct, and forward-looking, without over-apologizing. Exactly the tone native speakers use in real professional settings.
All right, we've reached the halfway point.
If this episode is helping you talk about your own mistakes more naturally, do us a favor.
Hit that like button. It really helps more learners find these lessons.
And subscribe if you're new. This is officially part 3 of our Success, Time Management, and Mistakes mini-series.
And in the comments, tell us, what's your most embarrassing English mistake? We promise not to judge. Much.
Mine's still the Thanksgiving thing, for the record.
Never not funny. Let's put this into real situations. First scenario, apologizing to a coworker.
Hey, I'm really sorry. I dropped the ball on sending that file. It won't happen again.
Second scenario, admitting a mistake to a friend. Oh, my bad. I totally forgot we had plans tonight.
Third,
talking about a failed project at work. The launch didn't go as planned, but we learned a lot from it.
Didn't go as planned is such a gentle, professional way to describe failure without sounding dramatic.
Fourth, encouraging someone else after their mistake. Don't beat yourself up about it. Everyone messes up sometimes.
Beat yourself up. Such an important phrase. It means to criticize yourself harshly. And don't beat yourself up is one of the kindest things you can say to a friend.
And fifth, deciding to try again after failing. I know it didn't work out last time, but I want to give it another shot.
Great range. Apology, casual admission, professional reflection, comforting a friend, and trying again.
Let's add one more. Sixth scenario, failing a test or exam. Someone might ask, how did it go? And the honest answer is, not great. I didn't pass, but I'm going to retake it next month.
Retake is such a useful, specific verb for exams, much more natural than saying, do the exam again.
And notice no big dramatic explanation needed. Just the fact plus the plan to try again.
That confidence really comes through in the phrasing itself.
Let's do a full role play. Paul finally has to explain the boss text incident. Just listen for the phrases.
So, I need to tell you something embarrassing.
Oh, this should be good. I accidentally sent my boss that text meant for you. The don't at me unless the building's on fire one.
Paul, what did you do?
I panicked, honestly. I sent a follow-up message immediately.
What did you say?
Something like, sorry, that message was meant for a friend. My bad. Wrong chat completely.
Okay, that's actually a really smooth recovery.
I thought so too. But then he replied.
Oh no, what did he say?
No worries, I do this constantly too. Lesson learned, double check before you hit send.
Wait, he wasn't even mad?
Not even a little. Honestly, it totally backfired in a good way. Now we joke about it in meetings.
See, this is such a good example. The mistake itself wasn't the disaster you thought it was. How you handled it mattered way more.
Exactly. I didn't beat myself up about it. I just owned it, apologized, and moved on.
That's really the whole lesson today, isn't it? It's not about avoiding mistakes completely. That's impossible. It's about how you recover. Couldn't agree more. Anyway, new personal rule, read the recipient name twice before sending anything after 6 p.m. Probably wise, given your track record. Fair. All right, let's break that down. So many great phrases. Sent by accident, my bad, lesson learned, backfired, beat myself up, owned it. And notice, the whole conversation stayed light and natural, even though it started with something genuinely stressful. That's really the native speaker skill here.
Let's go over some common mistakes with today's topic. Mistakes about mistakes. Very meta.
Mistake 1. I did a mistake. I made a mistake. We covered this already, but it's worth repeating. It's one of the most common errors learners make.
Mistake 2. I am fail in my job. I'm failing at my job, or I failed my job. Less common. Usually we say fail at something, using the preposition at.
Mistake 3. Don't worry, it's not problem. Don't worry, it's not a problem. Missing subject and article, both needed in standard English.
Mistake 4. I will try again the exam. I'll try the exam again, or I'll retake the exam. Try again needs the object before again, and retake is a more specific, natural verb for exams.
Mistake 5. It backfired to me. It backfired on me. Backfire uses the preposition on, not to.
Mistake 6. Lesson learn. Lesson learned. Past participle, not base form. It's a fixed expression, so the grammar stays the same every time.
Mistake 7. I am blank. I blanked, or my mind went blank. Blank as a verb works on its own, or you can use the full phrase with mind.
Both good options, but I blanked is definitely the quicker, more casual choice among friends. 10. Mini pronunciation section. Let's work on pronunciation for today's trickier words and phrases. First, backfired. Notice the stress.
First, backfired. Notice the stress. Backfired, with the second syllable stronger, almost like the word fire itself.
Next, apologize. 4 syllables. Apologize. Stress on the second syllable, Paul.
And mess up. In fast speech, this links together. Mess up, almost sounding like one word. Mess up.
Also, lesson learned links naturally too. Lesson learned, with the final D softened, almost swallowed in casual speech.
Linking really is the theme of our pronunciation sections, isn't it?
It's genuinely the biggest thing that makes learners sound more natural, so it's worth repeating every time.
11. Phrase review. Let's review today's key phrases.
My bad, a casual way to admit fault. Made a mistake, the correct verb pairing, not did. Dropped the ball, failed to handle a responsibility properly. That's on me. It's my fault. Backfired, a plan caused the opposite of what was intended. Total mess / disaster, something that went very badly. Didn't go as planned, a gentle way to describe failure. Bounced back, recovered after a mistake or failure. Give it another shot, try again. Have another go at it, try again, more casual British leaning. Back to the drawing board, start planning again after failure. Lesson learned, a short way to show growth from a mistake. Beat yourself up, to criticize yourself harshly. Own it, to take honest responsibility for something.
Fail at. The correct preposition pairing. Retake. To take an exam or attempt again. Slip up. A small, usually minor mistake. Learn the hard way. To learn something through a difficult experience. No harm done. Reassuring someone that a mistake caused no real damage. Second chance. Another opportunity after failing the first time.
Let's go deeper into some individual words. 1. Blunder. Noun. A careless, often embarrassing mistake.
2. Setback. Noun. A temporary failure that delays progress. From the success episode, losing the client was a real setback. 3. Resilience. Noun. The ability to recover quickly from difficulty. Her resilience after failure really impressed me. 4. Regret. Verb / noun. To feel sorry about something you did or didn't do. I regret not preparing more for the interview. 5. Forgive. Verb. To stop blaming someone, including yourself, for a mistake. You need to forgive yourself and move on. 6. Accountable. Adjective. Responsible and willing to accept the consequences. A good leader is accountable for their mistakes. 7. Flaw. Noun. An imperfection or weakness. Nobody's perfect. Everyone has flaws. Here's your challenge for today.
Pause the video and think of a real mistake you've made recently, big or small.
Explain it out loud in English, using at least 3 phrases from today. Maybe my bad, lesson learned, and give it another shot.
Don't worry about sounding perfect. Honestly, the fact that you're practicing already means you're trying again, which is the whole point of today's episode.
Then hey, if your mistake involves accidentally texting your boss, we'd especially love to hear it.
Drop it in the comments. We really do read every single one. So that wraps up our 3-part mini-series: success, time management, and now mistakes.
And honestly, looking back, they all connect perfectly. You set a goal, you manage your time and energy to reach it, and along the way, you're gonna mess up sometimes.
And that's completely okay. The goal was never to avoid mistakes entirely. It's to talk about them naturally, learn from them, and keep going.
Exactly. Success isn't the absence of failure, it's what you do right after.
Beautifully said.
I try. Mostly I just text the wrong person and hope for the best.
And honestly, if you've watched all 3 episodes in this mini-series, you now have a genuinely well-rounded set of vocabulary for setting goals, protecting your energy, and recovering when things don't go perfectly.
That's a pretty complete toolkit for talking about real life in English, not just textbook English.
Exactly the goal from day one. And on that note, this week,
Try using just one phrase from today in a real conversation, even something small, like my bad.
Small steps, real progress. That's the whole theme of this podcast, honestly.
If you enjoyed this series, like, subscribe, and let us know what topic you want us to cover next.
Until next time,
Keep learning,
keep trying again.
and we'll
see you
in the next episode.